Hello guys, this is 2023 store tour of University Mall in Carbondale, Illinois, and this is updated because several stores closed. So, that was LA Nails, Ulta Beauty, which is moving. They have signs everywhere just saying we're moving, but we don't have a date when they are moving. They're moving right next to Old Navy and the other Bath and Body Works locations that's outside of the mall. But see over here, they don't have the date when this store closes and new store opens, so still don't know yet, but they just have to finish a few things on the inside of the building, it looks like, until they move, and it'll be pretty sad once they move because this mall's already quite dead. There's only about 10 tenants left in this whole entire mall. And I'm sad to say this is probably going to have the same fate as Illinois Star Center Mall in Marion, Illinois, where it ended up closing in 2018, and then in 2020 another company ended up buying them out, and now they're converting it into like this water park. And Marion's about 15 minutes away from here, but that mall's again much newer and not as big. It only has 3 anchor stores, and unlike this mall, the anchor stores are actually open. They have all their anchors are filled up, which I don't know why the mall died if all their anchors are filled up, because usually malls start looking bad like this after all the anchor tenants close, which in this case they have. And even the quote-unquote junior anchor tenants are all gone except Ross Dress for Less, which is around here right next to the old Bed Bath & Beyond. And if you notice, you can tell this mall has not been maintained that well. Look at that. That's been like that for like 3 months now. And only like the doors to the main entrance, only like one set of doors works. And then, like, of course, like the wheelchair door opens for people in wheelchairs, but that's literally it. Like, no other the doors work, and that was even in December, during my December 2022 store tour. Mall tour, my bad. I keep saying store tour, even though this is a tour of a mall. So, yeah. And there's been a lot of tenants that recently moved, like Old Navy, one of the junior anchors, quote-unquote, closed and left behind the empty stores. So now that's empty. The Buckle just moved. They just moved to the former Kirkland's across the street in University Place, which is different from University Mall because it's a strip mall, see? So, and they actually have a good tenants in there. They have like Home Goods, a lot of stuff in there. They have like Home Goods. Harbor Freight just opened. I did a store tour of that. That was the former Party City that closed in January, and now it's Harbor Freight. So that was only a few months that it was empty until someone else took over the building. So that's good. But of course it looks completely different inside. Like Harbor Freight made everything like gray and brown and black, just boring colors basically. So yeah, so now it's sad looking basically. And I've never been a really big fan of Harbor Freight. But yeah, the nearest one before this was an hour away in Paducah, Kentucky. But yeah, I guess the people that like Harbor Freight are happy. So yeah, up here we're coming up to the Claire's. That's still there. I'm surprised they haven't closed this location yet, because Claire's is filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's the former Payless, where they never took out the shoe cases for some reason. It's weird. This was GNC Livewell, and this is the former Old Navy. That moved. Now it's just a few empty shelves and a few empty cashier boxes. Finish Line, American Eagle Outfitters. Now this empty store right here, I found out what this was. It was a place called Pac Sun, which is a clothing store. That closed about 5 years ago. So basically all I remember of this mall, like even back in 2018 when I remember this mall a lot, even that tenant was closed. So those two over there were always closed, those two. I remember those are closed forever. And funny enough, if you're able to look that, there we go. If you're able to look that far, you can see the Buckle advertisement still there, even though this is the Buckle they moved. All they have is an empty store now. So it's still funny they're advertising the Buckle. There's the African American Museum, and before that, that was the Hallmark because it moved several times in the mall. But they ended up moving there in November or October of 2022. Here's the Bath and Body Works, which, yeah, it's pretty dead because because they just opened a new location across the street, so a lot of people are going to that one compared to the mall location. But anyways, here's Hot Topic. That's always been there forever. For years and years. Same with Earthbound. This was Forever 21, I think. It was some store back in the day. I think it is. Yeah, I think this is Rule 21. It'll probably never close until the mall does. This was GameStop that closed in 2020. The embroidery station. The cookie store. All these sold was cookies. It's really cool. Here's K. Jewels. And Marisa's, which is still open. It'll probably be open. Here's the former JCPenney, which this store closed in 2020. I always had fond memories of this store. Here's the former Roger and Holland's. This was Victoria's Secret, and over there was Pink. This is Green Life over here, massage place. Very few tenants left in this part of the mall. This was the newer part added on in 1991. Open on the 4th, okay. Here's what used to be Journeys that just closed a few months back, March or so. Never knew what that was. I want to know what that store was though, because it looks like they're doing something to the interior of it. So I don't know what they're doing. The last few times I've been here, the lights are on. It's it looks like they're turning it into something. I don't even know what in the world this store used to be. There's Christopher and Banks that closed in 2020. This was Justice that closed in 2020. I cannot speak today. Here's Hibbett Sports. Not surprised if that one doesn't close it too much longer. This was the children's place, which is a children's clothing store if you don't know. Here's Cricket Wireless, which ended up moving to Murdale Shopping Center. Very popular and decently tenanted strip mall here in Carbondale. This used to be a Saluki fan shop for Southern Illinois Salukis, which is the sports team for SIU University, which is here in Carbondale, and they used to have a fan store where you could get merchandise there. Now the only place you could get is inside their student center at the library, I think. Anyways, this was Famous Bar, and then in 2006 it became Macy's that closed in 2020. This store was always empty. And I'm about to end the video here. After we go through the last few stores here, over there was the old location for the African American Museum. Now that's Aetna Healthcare right there. And over there, that white store there, that was Master Cuts, and before that was Regis, another hair place. And then that store is my fave toys. So see you guys next video. Bye.